Hello everyone, welcome to part 24 of Rainy Day Let's Play running through Borderlands 2. If you're wondering why I'm whispering, don't! There's actually no reason at all. I just really felt like whispering for the intro. Anyway, we have a skill point and we are full up and we could go to the next level, but the next level just gives us grenades and I think that's really boring. So instead, I'm going to opt out and try to get some health. And so now we'll just randomly regenerate health whenever the system decides that we did damage to a person. So that's kind of cool. And way more exciting than another grenade. Although that would be like helpful, just not very exciting. Very, kind of, what's going to happen. So in the last episode we talked all about one half of all of the gun manufacturers in Borderlands 2. And now we have the other half. Meanwhile, we're also going to continue with the story missions, finally, which is super exciting because they, they're the story missions. They're just naturally more involved and better than the side missions. That's the point. So, returning back to the list, our first ones today is Bandit. Bandit, they're named, all the guns are named in Bandit language, reflecting what they call is the stupidity of bandits, but I kind of like the idea that you get this styling of linguistic drift is the technical term for it, and it's kind of cool. It's not like they're purposely being dumb, it's like that's their identity and their culture, and that's bandit culture, and so it comes through in how they use what essentially is a drift off of the English language with their biggy, assy, gunny gun boom guns. And so they have cool looking guns. They all look like they're taped together and holding on just by the skin of their teeth. They just are like strapped together with steel tapes and stuff. One of the cool ideas is when I was looking up like linguistic drift, that there is a school of thought about catastrophism.
Now he's out of date though. He'll need a software upgrade. Mordecai should have what you need. He's camped out near the preserve. Think he needs your help with something.
Oh, okay. I guess then I'll just do that then. Great, he's gonna be, supporting me from the air again. Just the way I love it when he does that. There's this idea of catastrophism, where big changes are made because of a catastrophe of some sort, and that there's something that changes the way that we look at the world and think about it. And so linguistic catastrophism comes out of like
I heard about Sanctuary.
the object-verb agreement, or object-verb-subject sentence format. And it can go a whole bunch of different ways. Bloodwing's trapped in a well? Alright, Mordecai, we'll go save Bloodwing. And we'll just do it this way.
Including your claptrap upgrade. Some Hyperion jackasses nabbed her and took her into the preserve over there. I'm glad you're here. I've been scouting the place for the last half hour. It looks like at least a two-man job. You can get inside.
I like that this map is the graphical interpretation of Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, question mark, profit. The spontaneous model of success.
Just like in Tundra Express.
Hey, just like in Tundra Express. Thanks, guy.
Jack makes me laugh. He kidnapped Bloodwing, so I start pissing my pants, making threats that if anything happens to my bird, I'll blah blah blah. But Blood and I have been through a lot. I know my girl can handle herself.
Foreshadowing. Can smell it. Can smell it from here. So bandit guns are big magazines, more bullets. The idea is that you have more bullets, you'll have better results. And that's really the only thing that's special about them. They're not as powerful of weapons, and they're kind of just thrown together. But it's nice that they have their own manufacturing company. That's kind of special. Good for them. Because they didn't exist in the first Borderlands, and so it's like, now they're legit. You told me to not kill the loaders. I don't know how much I believe you. And I don't know how much my turret believes you either. Or how this is gonna work. Dang it, stop! Stop killing. Alright, on to the next manufacturer. Kinda going slow. Dahl, the largest manufacturer on Pandora. And they're highly representative of the multinational conglomerates. Corporate and greedy, don't care about nothing except for their bottom line. They have their thumbs in most things on Pandora. Who gave Bloodwing the claptrap upgrade? And then had him get taken away. That's just a terrible idea. We should have backups of this data. So, Dahl, you find the Dahl label on a whole bunch of interesting things. And they were jerks in the Caustic Caverns.
Whatever the hell, but it's BS. They're just using slag to experiment on every creature they can find. Gotta get
Rude.
out of there.
Oh, Hyperion. We'll get to you, don't worry. So, Dahl is not Monsanto, diabolically world-ending evil corporation, but definitely Nestle evil. If you don't know anything about Nestle's legacy as a corporation, yeah, they got some pretty messed up stuff in there. And they will definitely sell you your freedom and then monopolize you for everything you own. They wouldn't be past that. Their guns are designed for usability, but don't really do anything that cool or shiny like the other brands. Awkward. Gonna learn the backstory on the exploitation center. That's gonna be special. The only other thing about Dahl is that they use camouflage coloring. Oh gosh. Why? Why? Wait, maybe I can hit that pup skag. If I hit the fire pup. Come on. Nope. Not gonna happen. Oh well. So, they're the ones that use the camouflage coloring, if you see any of those around. Other than that, they're very run-of-the-mill and basic. Alright, then there's Jacobs. The Jacobs Company. They have the wooden stock and that classic Western-style gun. And so, they're probably the best point for Borderlands 2 and having how much you can tell they researched guns really well, and gun culture and that stuff. Because of the Jacobs guns are just really, like, stylistically beautiful. And they're supposed to represent, like, your granddad's gun that they passed down to you.
Slag mutation is a volatile, brutal science that flies in the face of human ethics. Needless to say, I'm extremely interested in it. Get me some samples of the slag serum Hyperion is using on the wildlife.
Oh, okay. I'll do that too. So, Jacobs are super high damage, highest in the game. They fire as fast as you can pull the trigger, is what every single one of them says, including the assault rifles and everything else that they make. So they don't make rocket launchers, but that would be cool. Hella recoil, but as far as in-game effect goes, they you see the character model, they'll throw their hand up in the air from the recoil, but in the game it actually doesn't affect your target and ends up being almost no recoil jump, which is kind of weird, but awesome at the same time. It makes for that awesome snap feel you get every time you use a Jacobs gun. That's where that comes from. And so it's just a brilliantly designed gun set, and an interesting manufacturer and all sorts of things. So every time you pull the trigger, you kind of get this feeling of power because of just how much action happens from your end of the shooting. And Jacobs is a company that ended up drowning in its own bureaucracy and red tape. And so actually as a company, they've, in the lore of the games, they've gone by the wayside. And nobody really works for them any longer because everyone is dead and or forgotten about. So that's kind of sad. But that's the way in the corporate world. No, I just want to, let's just go. Oh, they're gonna make me kill everything first, aren't they? Or everything will just kill itself. I like that plan. Yeah, I'm gonna end up having to kill all these guys, and then some big guy's gonna walk out of the door and is like, alright, now you can go through, you just have to fight me. No big deal. What's over here? There's gonna be some cliffside to... yep. Cliffside to the big area. Cool. Alright, anyway, the last, very last one. Hyperion. They're the, as far as guns go, high accuracy that increases instead of decreases as the trigger is pressed, which is the exact opposite of every other gun. Jacob's not as much, but every other gun, the more you shoot, the less accurate it becomes. And so it's kind of actually weird to be... You're better at the end of a clip than you are at the beginning of a clip, which can be actually very helpful, especially when you're on the ground dying and you're like, wow, I wish I could hit something, but I can't. They have sci-fi stylings and flair. I think this is a Hyperion gun I'm using. I think. But, oh, it's probably actually Maliwan if it's slag. Obviously the villains, we know them pretty well within this game. Direct competitor for Dahl, and basically the reactive agent for the entire arms economy that you see in this game. Because everything is so heavily focused on guns and weaponry, that's kind of what the critique is on the sci-fi dystopian future that Gearbox and Borderlands 2 is going for. Wow, this rocket launcher is pretty cool. Basically, you get two corporations that, yep, there's our big guy. Two corporations that are super big and dance with one another in kind of a sinister and evil way. Okay, we'll get out of this, but damn it, hate reloading. Nope, just, there we go. Completely missed. One left, we'll use it and just finish him. Basically the idea of the military-industrial complex, which is quoted as an informal and changing coalition of groups with vested psychological, moral, and material interests in the continuous development and maintenance of high-level weapons, in preservation of colonial markets, and in military strategic conceptions of internal affairs. That quote is essentially Borderlands 2. And is essentially the idea of these giant corporations running everything. And when that happens, you get a place like this, unfortunately. So if you want to look at the biggest critiques that Borderlands 2 makes on the whole, the gun manufacturers are a fantastic place to look. So gun advertisement overall in Borderlands 2 is like very sinister, kind of a la Viridian Dynamics in the show Better Off Ted. If you haven't seen that, you should. It's fantastic. I don't care what you do to me, just let my husband go! He's got the shivers! He's no good for your goddamn experiments anyway! Just please let him go! What's the hold up, Sammy? So I think I really got to everything. This is about the end of the episode. So I'll let the final words be Dr. Samuel's.
He could have transmitted... Hey, remember that wife of yours and how you wanted to
Crap.
see her like
Handsome Jack is evil.
Still don't
Thanks for watching, and next episode we will finish this place. Oh dear.